It is true that different things happen to different people, but it is also true that different people undergo the same situation differently. Now, our question is, which of these facts is more important to us? If the former is more important to us, the fact that different things happen to different people, if that is more important to us, we will remain enslaved to the outer. Whereas if the latter is more important to us, the fact that we can respond to the same situation differently, if that is more important to us, we will take charge of ourselves. This we can say is spirituality in a nutshell, Adhyatma in a nutshell, taking responsibility for what I am, taking responsibility for how I experience myself as what I experience myself as. And this is the Tom and Jerry game that keeps happening between spiritual teachers and listeners. The spiritual teachers will be busy cornering the listeners, cornering them, so that they will take responsibility for how they experience themselves as. And the listeners will be busy listing external factors, saying, no, this is there, that is there, that's why this is happening to me, and this is why I am like this. So this is what this Tom and Jerry happens between spiritual teachers and listeners. See, we can keep pointing at external factors. Even I can do it very well. We can keep doing it our entire life. But it doesn't take much of intelligence to keep blaming the external factors for how I experience myself as. Now, we are not denying external factors. Of course, we are not that dumb. External factors are there. We have to notice them. But as I was telling in the beginning, the question is only which one is more important to us. Whether we are focusing more on getting defined by the outside, or we are focusing more on taking charge of ourselves and then defining the outer if needed. See, it is true that most of us are presently in such a situation that if somebody says das, we will say bus. Das bus keeps happening. Or if someone says ping, and we will say pong. Ping pong keeps happening in an action-reaction mode. See, to say that this is how things are presently is one thing, but to say that this is how it is supposed to be is a completely different thing altogether. But human beings somehow don't want to take responsibility for themselves, and they will keep arguing that this is how it is supposed to be and this is how it is meant to be, this is natural, etc., etc. See, the very fact that we talk so much about external influences, the very fact that we are aware of them, immediately implies that it is no more a mandatory imposition on us. See, if you say that if somebody says das, it is very natural for me to say bus, it is an ironical argument, because the moment we are aware that I am doing this and this is happening in an action-reaction mode, it immediately implies that we need not be so. We can take charge of it and we can respond consciously in a different way. See, somebody or something, an animal or a very primitive human being who was in this action-reaction state and doing the natural action-reaction state, he will not be even aware that, okay, this is natural. That awareness itself will not come to him. The moment that awareness has come, it immediately implies that something has awakened in us which wants to transcend it. The moment you show an imposition to a human being and say, this is how it is meant to be, you cannot deny the human longing to, overcome that imposition and become conscious and transcend it. And in spite of that, if we keep arguing on behalf of that imposition, even after becoming aware of that imposition, and if we keep arguing on behalf of it, if we use our intelligence to argue on behalf of the walls which are limiting us, then it is some kind of self-deception. See, to say that I am doing this naturally is just like the statements that people make that I am very childlike. The moment someone says that I am childlike, they are not childlike. Someone who is really childlike will not even know that they are childlike. The moment we ourselves start claiming that I am childlike, or for that matter, I am very humble, whenever we make such statements, it immediately contradicts that very claim. It only means that we are up to something very cunning, we want to get something from the world, and therefore we are claiming this. Somebody who is really childlike doesn't claim that I am childlike. Similarly, an animal that is living naturally within that boundary or within that imposition doesn't go on announcing that I am living naturally. See, when it comes to our biology, the physical body, it has a certain design and nature has certain imposition on it, and we have to be in tune with it. That is fine. I am not talking about the biological aspect of it. But human beings are no more primarily biological like other animals. Something more has awakened in us that is capable of recognizing and claiming that something is happening naturally to my body. It immediately means that there is a faculty which is beyond that nature. So we cannot extend this argument of being natural to the entirety of human being and then say that we are completely defined by nature itself and we are supposed to live like that under this imposition. So how people are using this word natural as an argument usually is that they extend it to the whole of human being, and they say that human being is supposed to live driven by survival instincts, driven by fear, driven by comfort, driven by pleasure, and they say, no, this is how it is supposed to be. I am supposed to be driven by survival instinct, fear, comfort, pleasure. So that is an ironical argument. The moment there is that much intelligence in us to recognize all this, it immediately implies that we need not be bound completely by nature. The biology may continue to be bound by nature, that's a different thing altogether, but we should not be extending it to the whole of our being and saying we are supposed to be driven by nature completely. I once saw this on the internet. There was a video where one man was talking about how we are naturally not predators and that we don't have sharp and strong nails and sharp and very strong teeth, and therefore if there is some animal in front of us, we cannot simply tear it apart and kill it and eat it. So our biology also and inside also, it is not designed for meat and so many things they were talking body with respect to the body. And someone commented on that video saying that no, we are naturally meant to be predators. Nature has given us the intelligence to develop tools so that we can hunt. See now, I don't have any problem with this vegetarian or non-vegetarian. I'm not talking against non-vegetarian as such. I'm just saying that this whole argument is deceptive. The moment we are talking about intelligence, awareness, and we say we have this much intelligence, and still we say that it is under the imposition of nature, it is an ironical argument. And it is also a very open-ended argument to say that nature has given me intelligence to make tools, to hunt. Nature has given us intelligence, fine, but where did it say that you have to hunt necessarily? The moment we have intelligence, we can do many things with it. We can use the tools to even cultivate the land and grow, and we can do many more things. I'm just saying that the argument is dummy. I'm not talking against non-veg or veg. Please don't get carried away by the example. I am just saying that people are not taking responsibility for what they do. If you want to eat something, you say that I am doing it. Don't pass the buck to nature and then say nature is making me do it. If you talk of nature with respect to the body and say the body is designed like this is best for the body, that is acceptable because we cannot do much with the body. But you simply extend it to your intelligence and you say my intelligence is being driven by nature. The whole argument is ironical. Intelligence, the moment you say it is intelligence, it is no more imposed by nature. It is another facet which has evolved in us, grown in us, which is beyond nature. So we just have to accept this much, that if somebody says dus, we don't have to say bus. It is not that our intelligence is completely, conditioned by everything outside and nature is controlling me or something else is controlling me. I am conditioned by everything outside. I am like a puppet. So we have to accept that we are, after all, conscious beings. We are not puppets. And even if the puppetry is happening presently, we should at least not argue that this is how things are supposed to be. Because the moment we are aware of this, it immediately opens up the possibility of not being a puppet anymore. So let us not spend our whole life arguing on behalf of the walls. We know that there are walls, nobody is denying them, but let us not spend our whole life arguing on behalf of them, telling that we are supposed to be within them. Let us not waste our energies reinforcing the walls. Let us direct our energies trying to see how to transcend the walls.